help you research homes. So it's called Homebuyer Ready. This is just one part of it is running reports on a home. So what you can do is, let's say you see a listing here, you take a screenshot of the listing and then you can upload the screenshot and it will grab the details from that screenshot. So it's grab the air code, the asking price, and you just confirm all the details in here. It's even grabbed the BER cert number. I'm going to copy that. And then you just put in what way the garden faces. So this one faces southeast. So you click southeast and then you need to attach the BER documents. So it says get them from the SEAI. So you click this link, brings you to here, paste the BER number in there, press search, click here and click here to download the BER cert. Go back to your report and just upload the file. File's in there now and then you just click run report and my report is then ready for this one. So I know that this one is being advertised by Brock Delap, who, if anybody is looking at homes, will know that Brock Delap do tend to undervalue their homes to get more people bidding on it. So it'll be interesting to see what the report says in terms of a bidding strategy. So it gives you all the information here. It gives you a summary. It goes through the BER. It goes through comparable sales on the road itself and then sales around it. But not only that, what it does is it adjusts for house price inflation for recent sales. So you can see ones in 2025, 2024, 2023, and it puts a little multiplier there to try get the comparables as close as possible in today's money. And then it gives you a median sale price. You can check them all yourself on Daft Sold. And then it gives you a valuation. So interesting that it says like a kind of mid valuation be around 489, but you can see that Brock Delap have it advertised for 395, which is what I'm seeing. It's about right because they do tend to undervalue their homes by at least kind of 100, 150 grand. So really interesting there that that's picked that up. So it shows you that it's quite accurate. It goes through a whole kind of renovation cost here. So it's saying because it's a C3 and SEAI recommend getting up to B2, so you can get like a green rate mortgage or whatever, it's going to cost anywhere between around 11 grand to 30 grand and you can get your grants and stuff like that. So it goes through what you can do and it shows that the home is actually pretty well insulated. And if you go through the ad, you can see there that they have actually, the house has got external insulation on the back. You see it now in the garden one there. So you can see here the walls coming out of it. So they've done a lot of work to this house already. So the report has picked that up. So it's not going to cost a huge amount to get it up into a B rating. So you can get like a lower mortgage rate. But here you go now, you have your bid strategy. So this is what you could open with, best and final, and walk away. Now these are just kind of guides. Obviously you need to do a little bit more research on the Daft Sold section, but you can go through all that and it tells you how much your monthly running cost is going to be. So it's going to cost around about 1,965 a month all in. So that's your local property tax and what it's going to cost to run, insurance and all of that. And it goes through absolutely everything. So what the BER assessor found, and you can see here, so the BER assessment said the house is 64 square meters, but the ad says it's 74 square meters. So you need to check that out when you go to the viewing. It tells you what you can do. Basically, all that's left to do on the house seems to be renewables. So maybe a heat pump and maybe some solar panels and you're good to go. And it goes through everything here about the BER. So it goes through your local property tax, what transport is nearby, what schools are nearby, what planning has been applied for nearby. If there's anything on this property, it will come up here. And then what planning has been applied for nearby here. So you can see it all there, what was granted, what wasn't. It goes through crime in the area, it being insecure. And so it goes if it's gone down or up and where the sun is in the garden and what times it will get the sun depending on the time of year. And what broadband is available, if it's a flood risk, radon, if it's freehold or leasehold, it tells you how to check that, and a structural survey. And then again, it'll also have your BER cert attached to it. So not only that, but what you can do then is you can go back into your property tracker here. So click on my property tracker and I can then edit that report. I can score it. So if I like this house, then I can score it here. Is the number of bedrooms enough? Not great. So maybe I'd score that poor, but is the area really good? Then yes. Is the size a bit small? So I'd score that poor. The BER is quite good. What aspect is it facing? That's quite good. And the garden isn't great. So I'll give that a 2. And then that you can see there, it gives you a score of 60,000. And then you can just input any other kind of details here, what condition it's in, any notes that you want to put in there, and that will save then on that property. You can also then, let's say the comparables aren't suitable. So it gives you all the comparables there and you can check them all yourself on Daft Sold. And then if any of them aren't applicable, then you can just say click X or whatever, and then you just click save property. You can also edit it as well. So if there's anything that's changed, you can edit it all the time and input any notes there, and everything then will be saved in your property tracker here. So that's just a quick kind of look at what it does. So there's also all this other stuff. So I have checklists, I have webinars, housing and mortgage news is all going to be there. I have these rates and calculator things. So if you want to see how much it's going to cost to renovate a home, what the live mortgage rates are, if you want to overpay it, everything there. So if you've any questions, just give me a shout, pop me a DM on Instagram, and this should be hopefully launched very, very soon.